Music is one of the most difficult things in the universe for me to understand because it serves so many different purposes to people depending on them as individuals. I love the idea that beauty is in the eye of the beholder. A song can mean different things to different people. It can bring back memories that make us feel happy, sad, or a mix of both. And even just through the sound and vibe, it can generate different emotions in us. Now, some people say that writing a great song is like catching lightning in a bottle. It's beyond the control of the composer and writer because you never know what will resonate with people and pop until it's too late. But after digging deeply into one of my favorite new pieces of 2022, I realized that the composition applied certain psychological tricks to keep my attention and fascination. I have a pretty intense case of ADHD, so that's always impressive. But I only realized this because of hearing about these same psychological tricks being used by modern big tech corporations to captivate our attention span. By the way, I know this footage has a Storyblocks watermark. It's just the way I film my videos now in real time. I have to actually download the videos to get rid of the watermark, and I'm like, that'll be so much more editing. I promise you I do have a Storyblocks subscription. Anyway, I'm not going to waste time talking about the morality of big tech companies using manipulative tactics to use their apps longer, because what the heck do I know about that? I'm just a musician YouTuber with no formal education beyond high school. But I do want to talk about why I think these are amazing tactics for composing music that's engaging, fascinating, and fun. The music world is so saturated with average music, which isn't trying to break down any new gates. So when something truly stands out, I think it's noteworthy. So what is this crazy TikTok theory I have? Well, it's simple. One of the reasons TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels are so engaging is because they're short. It doesn't require a large dedication of time to watch one short video, and as soon as that video is over, you can move on to the next video. It constantly introduces new things, and you never know what they will be, so it always feels fresh. I heard about a rat study on dopamine that showed how rats were more excited to press a button that always delivered a random reward over one that delivered the same reward every time, even if the random button sometimes delivered no reward. In short, dopamine is triggered by the pursuit of a reward rather than the attainment of the reward. But wait, how the heck does this apply to music composition and From Now On by BAND-MAID? Well, in my crazy brain, it comes down to the way KANAMI introduces new phrases and licks roughly every 6 seconds in From Now On. By doing this, she leaves you constantly guessing what's going to come next, therefore thoroughly invested in listening to the song fully and paying attention. But there are 2 parts that do repeat, which brings us to the next tactic she applies in the song: the hook theory. You've probably heard of this. In the pop music business, the hook is the most important requirement to literally get people hooked on the song. It's a catchy part, usually in the chorus, which repeats throughout the song to get it pounded into your brain on the first listen and get it stuck in your head. According to Tyler Joseph, the composer for 21 Pilots, labels and radio stations want you to hit that hooky chorus within the first minute of the song. But that was before TikTok. It's probably within the first 20 seconds now. Now, applying it the way much of the American pop industry does, it cheapens the value of the song because how many times can you listen to the same song that repeats the same thing 4 to 5 times in 3 minutes? But in From Now On, KANAMI uses 1 repetition for the verse riff and 1 repetition for the chorus riff. Each one is easily digestible and memorable. Shred Dog pointed out that the chorus riff triggered intense emotion in him, like a wave crashing down, which is an amazing thing in instrumental music. But KANAMI uses this very sparingly, being careful not to cheapen the song with it, but is just memorable enough to be stuck in your head by the end of the song, making you continue to think about the song after you hear it. But there's one more theory that I think makes BAND-MAID stand out among other artists that have seemingly random composition, and I'm calling it vibe theory. In my opinion, one of the main purposes of music to the casual listener is to summon a certain feeling, a vibe. Music is such a powerful medium for reaching into your heart and soul. Now, to me, there's a huge difference between totally random composition and composition that is constantly fresh, but cohesive with itself. One is complete chaos and makes me feel kinda uneasy, while the other is organized and consistent, making me feel intrigued and captivated, yet comfortable. But like Chase says, don't hear what I'm not saying. I don't mean a song should sound the same all the way through. I just think it's more appealing when it has a cohesive tone and feel, just like a movie. While randomness may be fascinating for other musicians and composers and fun for really energetic people, if a piece itself doesn't know what its feel or vibe is, it's impossible to create a feel and vibe for the listener, taking away one of the essential pillars of music. But if a piece can constantly introduce fresh ideas that fall within the vibe, both goals can be achieved. Again, this is just my opinion. I enjoy chaotic music when I'm in the right mood. Another very important piece of this puzzle, which BAND-MAID nailed in From Now On, is the use of dynamics. Having changes in the intensity of the music, like putting a nice wide open sound with a lot of space after a more busy and intense part, gives the listener time to comprehend what they just heard. Because honestly, if it's not connecting with the listener emotionally, what's the point? But the piece also has rises and falls in intensity from the bass line to give the piece peaks and valleys. In my opinion, it just makes the song more interesting. The chorus part of From Now On does a fantastic job creating space, with the guitar sustaining each note and the drums switching to halftime. But then we also get dynamics the other way. In this part, the drums play double time and KANAMI's phrasing gets busier and more frantic. But after that, they drop into a valley with the bass break. The drums and guitar stop playing and they just have a nice pad of strings for the bass to lay on top of. In my opinion, From Now On perfectly blends TikTok theory, hook theory, and vibe theory all together with music theory to create an absolutely brilliant instrumental track. The song is able to constantly deliver you new and fresh payoffs while also reminding you that it's one cohesive piece with an overarching feel and memorable motifs. In this next video, I go in depth on each part of From Now On, and in the other video, I try to compose my own version of the song. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, like the video, subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time.